This week on Breakfast, we are looking ahead to the spending review and explaining the effect that cuts could have on public services.
Well, the coalition government has promised that health budgets will be protected, but the NHS still has to make considerable savings. Graham Satchell joins us from a hospital in Basingstoke today to see how costs are being made there and cut there. Hello, Graham.
Morning, Sian. Yeah, we're in the emergency department of Basingstoke Hospital. Thankfully, it's been a fairly routine night here so far. As you say, the NHS, along with overseas aid, the only two bits of government where there are not going to be cuts, the spending will remain the same. But here's the thing about the NHS. Even though they're not having their money cut, the costs continue to rise. An ageing population, the cost of drugs, the cost of technology. So there is something of a gap because funding isn't going up. So how do they bridge that gap? They're having to make considerable savings, not cuts. And here at Basingstoke, they've called it the Prudence project, as I've been finding out.
Prudence has become something of a watchword at Basingstoke Hospital. Staff have been encouraged to look at every department to see where they can save money.
Now this inside bit here is the sterile bit, which gets handed to the operator.
In the cardiology unit, Carl Brooks has personally renegotiated a new deal on the supply of stents used to repair damaged arteries. He got the price down from £600 to £400 a stent, and
We saved about £120,000 just in the last year.
modern matron Julie Cairns has also saved money by changing nurses' shift patterns. They used to do earlies, lates and nights. Now they just do days and nights. It means less use of agency staff, less sickness, and
we've saved £1 million over the period of a year.
From nurses to mops, by using a new, more efficient microfibre mop, the Trust is also saving money.
With microfibre, in the next financial year, we will save £100,000.
So, why the efficiency savings? The budget here in Basingstoke has stayed the same as last year, £150 million, but the costs continue to rise. This year, the hospital has been told to save £12 million just to stand still.
We've obviously got more patients coming through the door, and we've got increased inflationary pressures from our insurance premiums going up, the cost of our supplies, pay to staff. So, yes, we are getting the same amount of money, but we've obviously got to do a lot more with it.
Will there be an impact on frontline services? Some are predicting a return to longer waiting lists, winter flu crises.
We're seeing huge cuts in jobs and services. In fact, I would go as far as to say that the NHS is now currently undergoing the biggest and deepest cuts at any time in its 62-year history.
Others, however, are more sanguine.
I don't think this will be doomsday, but it'll certainly be a significant amount of pressure. When you compare healthcare to some of the other government sectors, healthcare is doing terrifically well.
The NHS budget, just over £100 billion, may be ring-fenced, but it's being asked to make savings of between £15 and £20 billion over the next 4 years. It's an open question how much that kind of prudence will impact in the end on patient care.
So, how bad could it get for the NHS over the next 3 or 4 years? Depends really who you talk to. Optimists say the NHS has actually never been in a better position. It's better funded than it has been in the last 15 or 20 years. And they say it is a bit flabby at the edges and could do with a few efficiency savings. Talk to unions and doctors, and they're much, much more pessimistic. They say you can't take £15 billion out of the NHS and it not affect frontline services. I think what's fair to say is talk to anybody who knows about the NHS and they say that these spending review, even though it's not a cut, will feel like a cut. Back to you.
All right, Graham, thanks very much.